Your Excellency, sir, the floor is open for you, sir, to answer the questions. Thank you, sir.
So may I proceed to answer those
sir.
questions I have taken?
Yes, sir.
Right. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have scribbled some of the questions asked. I am not sure it's the exact words, but I think the meaning is contained in the notes I have made. The first one is, how does the APC incoming government will identify and empower women? I think in my address, I have, I think broadly, promised what to do if an APC government forms at the center. I think that should be adequate for now, because to be realistic, we have known the trouble we are in terms of gender discrimination, both in employment and perhaps giving business opportunities by guaranteeing perhaps loan to small businesses and even big businesses. So I think to promise more than that, while we are not yet on the saddle, I think it's promising too much. But as we can see from the address of the Governor of Lagos State and from my own written address, we have identified the problem and we promise we will do something about it. I think this question has been adequately answered under the circumstances. We don't want to make promises, too much promises before we get there, because there is so much mess that first thing first have to be done. Number two, how are we to be ensured of the promises being made? You see, already the second question was asking, how are you sure, ladies here, that the promises we made will be fulfilled? But I have said what the Governor Lagos State started, which he read before you, which some of you are witness to, in terms of employment in the government, both in political and bureaucratic positions. Virtually Lagos State has set the pace. But I think a more important one is, I think, helping the small-scale businesses. And the best way to do that, again, we have mentioned it, is power. And I think it has been mentioned here. Unless we get power correct, our entrepreneurs will not be able to break even when they build factories, buy machineries, hire competent managership from outside the country that are all in foreign exchange. And with the massive devaluation of the Naira that is threatening even the whole country, not only the economy, but the whole country, the next government really has a very, very serious task. We have to stabilize the Naira so that entrepreneurs will have the ability, you know, to build factories, get machinery in place, buy essential raw materials, and give employment, goods and services to the nation. I think this is common sense. And then industries, especially when people are building cement industries and other building materials factories. So the APC is very much aware about this, and they will accept it as a priority because of its capacity to stabilize the insecurity feeling of workers, that they are going to finish, retire into a slum somewhere in their environment. The last question I have here is, how can we hold cultism in educational institutions? Yes, this is a major area of concern where our children It used to be in the tertiary institutions, but now it is going down to lower, where our children are brainwashed and introduced into extra cultural, religious, and decent conduct or behavior in society. How can I do? This can only be done with the cooperation of parents. Parents must have the time to bring up their children properly. We can't be too, maybe the circumstances in the country, parents are very busy, to at least get 2 and or 1 square meal a day. Very few on the average get 3 square meals a day. Therefore, looking after children is a burden, because children for 7 years are once corrected. They are virtually, from the time they are born until they are about 6 or 7, they are professors of everything. They know everything. So you have to handle them with care and make sure you have time for them. Otherwise, they will end up being hijacked morally and physically and therefore destroyed. So parents have responsibility for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We're going to take, Mr. Ambode.
Sorry, just respond to the question asked by the madam. I feel your pain. I know a lot of frustration with LASMA officials. I mean, it's expressed everywhere. But the truth is this. Lagos State has always been known with traffic wardens. And then when that institution, LASMA, came, you could see the difference LASMA has made on our roads from what it used to be with the traffic wardens. We have over 600,000 vehicles plying the roads of Lagos every day. So you could just visualize a day without LASMA and what that could be. So the institution, we must commend the government for setting up that agency. Now the issue is this, within that agency, we will still have some bad eggs, which is just like every other place. So what we should be doing, and we must continue to do, is to find means and ways of dealing with those bad eggs in LASMA. And we intend to use more of technology to now deal with our people than physical contact. In that way, just the same way that is done in every developed country, we don't need to enter into your car. We can use technology, we can use camera, and then we send you the bill. So obviously, we cannot take away that agency, we cannot take away those institutions. We must continue to improve on our institutions and make them more efficient. The era of somebody took money and all that, I'm sure, is reduced, and then we'll find a way to actually eliminate it. And that's the way to move forward.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.